Hey there everyone, it's Alex here from VG247.com and I'm fresh back from Tokyo Game Show where I got to, among other things, take a bit more of a look at Resident Evil 2 Remake. This is obviously the remake for PS4, Xbox One and PC of the classic PS1 game. And we've looked at it a couple of times before here on VG247. There's been previews on the site both from myself, from E3 and from Kirk from Gamescom. And this demo that Capcom had at TGS was actually really cool because it had everything that's been made available so far for the game and a new demo. So I got to replay the Leon demo that I played at E3. I got to play the Claire demo that Kirk saw at Gamescom, and I got to play a new Claire section, which you're going to see in this video, all new, and it continues directly on from the Kirk section. So the section that he saw was sort of the Claire stuff leading up to the point in the game where you meet the Lickers, which of course is a really iconic bit of Resident Evil 2, and so it was really cool to see that bit. And also, one thing I quite liked is it sort of gave you a good feel of the balance between the puzzles as you're trying to work your way through the police station and through the overworld of Resident Evil 2, and of course combat against zombies. So I got to do the one of the Birkin boss fights, and you know, you can get an idea for what that's like. This is a very, very different feeling game to Resident Evil 7, and yet at the same time it sort of feels quite similar to Resident Evil 7, which is, I know, a complete and total contradiction of terms. But I guess what I mean is, this game at its heart, it feels like Resident Evil 2. It feels accurate and faithful, I guess is the word I was looking for, to the original Resident Evil 2 back on PS1. But obviously the perspective's different. They have you have full camera control, a third person over the shoulder perspective, more akin to what appeared in later Resident Evil games. And then taken from 7 is the fact that this runs on the new RE engine that Capcom has been working on. And keep in mind, even though it's called the RE engine for Resident Evil because it was built for Resident Evil 7, that engine is also powering stuff like Devil May Cry. So this is totally Capcom's engine going forward. And based on the fact that it can do Resident Evil, which is a slow, plodding, more methodical game, and something like Devil May Cry, which prioritizes frame rate but still looks amazing, it seems to be a pretty versatile engine. But this is clearly based on the Resident Evil 7 splinter of that engine, or whatever you want to call it. The Resident Evil 7 version, you know, there's similar menus, even some of the menu sounds are identical actually, and there's just a similar look to the game, in fact. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed this demo. I don't want to talk over it too much because I want to just let you guys watch it and experience it and sort of get into the atmosphere of RE2 through me playing this demo. I apologise in advance for just sort of being a bit crappy on the Birkin flop fight, but that's how it goes. Feel free to say I suck in the comments if you want, but you know, you only get one shot at these things when you're capturing them at these events. You don't get to cherry pick. And I wanted to show you the full demos because I think they're really, really cool, and I think this game just looks absolutely fantastic. I really feel like Capcom's on a bit of a roll right now. Like, sure enough, they sort of shit the bed with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which was a good game at heart, but just had so many issues that dragged it down that it was very difficult to appreciate the elements of it that were good. But Devil May Cry 5 and Resident Evil 2 both feel really, really cool, and there's going to be written previews of them and more information and interviews with the creative teams of both DMC5 and Resi 2 on VG247.com. So as well as sticking around the channel, because we are totally going to have more coverage, more video of these and other games from TGS and just in general. If you head to VG247.com, you'll find a lot more written content as well, all about this stuff. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I really think the Lickers work really well in this scenario. The world building feels fantastic, and I'm really pumped for January to get my hands on the final thing. So yeah, that is Resident Evil 2 Remake, out in January for Xbox One, PC and PlayStation 4. This, for the record, was played on a PlayStation 4, so there you go, have at it. I think it may have been a Pro. Yeah, it was a PS4 Pro. Yeah, I'm really keen, especially to see how the final game looks on PC, because I know I'm in the sign-off, but I've just got sidetracked and I can't help myself, and we don't do scripts here on VG 24/7. But I so at Gamescom, I saw the Leon demo of this game running on an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2080 Ti at 4K 60 FPS, and it looked bloody gorgeous. And one of the things, actually, in the interview with the producer of the game and the director of the game, I actually asked, I said, how is it you guys are working this with creating the game on PC? Are you sort of creating above the spec of the current consoles? Because now the current consoles are starting to get on in years a bit, and it feels like we're getting towards the end of the console generation. And basically they said yes, they create above the spec of PS4 and Xbox now, or even above the spec of PS4 Pro and Xbox One X, which means that hopefully people who play on PC will really be able to crank this game up and get something out of it that looks almost next gen, maybe, or close to it, but it's not going to have, I don't think it's got any of NVIDIA's ray tracing technology, which is a shame because that's really cool. And if you want to know all about that, you can check out our Battlefield video, which sort of shows that off in full. Anyway, I'm going to shut up now and let you watch some Resident Evil 2 footage. I think the game looks really, really good. Do stick around. There'll be more from me on this game and many others. VG247.com, and of course here, give us a like, give us a subscribe. It really helps us out. Until next time, everyone. See ya.
Hey, little girl. It's safe now. It's over.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I promise. Everything's fine. I just need you to lower that ladder for me.
Will you help me find my mom?
Your mom is down here?
I think so. I hope so.
Yeah, of course. I'll help you.